Hey everybody, Greg here, and this is a quick introduction to the video you're about to see, which is about Elmhurst, almond milk, cashew milk, oat milk. It's this company that sells shelf-stable beverages. For people that are just getting started with these different oat beverages and nut beverages, rather than thinking of it as a replacement for milk, which is going to be a huge disappointment, you're going to say, there's something wrong with this. Think of it instead as like a flavored water. If you think of it as a really super fresh, nutrient-dense, slightly flavored water, you will, I think, have a better experience, because that's the consistency of it. It's very watery, and it has a slight flavor of whatever hazelnuts, cashews, almonds, oats. So that's the introduction, and with no further delay, let's go to the video. Hey everybody, Greg here. Today is Saturday, March 28th, 2020, and here in Iowa, as well as elsewhere around the world, people are staying home, trying to stay put, and trying to stay stocked up on necessities so they don't have to go out and risk being exposed to the coronavirus, COVID-19. And in addition to not wanting to be exposed to the virus, those who have it and don't know they have it certainly don't want to be spreading it. If you've been to your local grocery store, you know that there are some shelves that are emptying out of certain products. It seems like noodles is one, anything that can be stored for a long period of time. On Facebook, I've been seeing ads popping up for different home delivery foods. And I've been kind of watching these for a long time under the heading of sort of health and nutrition and that type of thing. There are a variety of home delivery food products. And within that category of like subscription foods, there are shelf-stable products that don't need refrigeration. Now, I became interested in shelf-stable foods back in 2003 when I started living off the grid. I wanted foods that I could stock up on and that wouldn't need refrigeration, because I didn't want to have to use that electricity every day. I wanted light use of electricity that I could, recharge batteries from solar, let's say. So anyway, I was looking at a variety of foods back then, and I just found them to be very useful because you can stock up on just what you need. You can pick a variety of items. They don't use that energy to continue cooling. And the problem with a refrigerator, of course, is that you get so many things packed in there that there are items in the back of the refrigerator that you maybe haven't seen for 6 months or a year, or maybe more. And foods tend to go bad. If you don't have visual access to everything, you kind of pull from the front of that refrigerator. And so it's a good idea, if you find that happening, to go ahead and get a second refrigerator so you can kind of have your food better organized, have your primary refrigerator be organized in a way that you can just kind of glance in there and see all the foods, including the expiring ones in the back, and sample accordingly. Well, anyway, back to the topic of shelf-stable foods. So on Facebook, because I have started, liking all these different companies that provide food subscriptions and food delivery and shelf-stable foods, I get more and more new ones. And every time there's a new one that pops up, I click like, and I'm curious to follow the news and information about these. So this year, as we were sort of heading into February, and then of course here into March, and the interest in people, stocking up on food grew, I started looking at this as a solution for people that don't have a lot of storage in their refrigerator, and they need to have some food items that they can stock up on. So one of those products was the Elmhurst line of almond milk, oat milk, cashew milk, etc. And you may have seen these kinds of milks in the grocery store, like almond milk or something, in the refrigerator section. That's just one big bulky item that you have to clear room for in your refrigerator. And then it sits in there, and if you're not going through it quickly, it goes bad and you have to buy more. So if there's anything that you can have outside of the refrigerator, that just saves more room for other items. So this, like this almond milk here, is a great solution. It's a quart size. You know, if you're using it in your coffee, you don't need a gallon of it, right? And I tend to like smaller containers anyway. I feel like they stay fresher. So anyway, the reason I got this product here that I have right in front of me, and I have a few to show you, is because I had started building up a web page to put some selected food suggestions on there for people looking for shelf-stable foods. And the first one I chose was Elmhurst, just because, you know, partly for me, there are a number of hurdles that a product or company has to go through before I kind of take an interest in it, you know. And part of that is the branding. So I feel if a company pays attention to their branding and the corporate or business image, the identity that's around that product or service, if they're paying attention to that, they're probably, you know, paying attention to details relating to the product itself. They're paying attention to how well they take care of their employees and their customers and the people that they're sourcing with and that kind of a thing. So it's not, you know, 100% guaranteed, but in general, that's what I find, that companies that pay attention to detail pay attention to all the details. So I liked the advertising that was coming from Elmhurst, and also I guess I'm just always looking for inspiration and ideas for product marketing, and just, you know, when I see a product that I admire and the way that it's advertised, I pay attention to it. So I reached out to Elmhurst and asked them if I could review their product and then, you know, provide a written or video or both kind of review and share it with our subscribers and put that on the resource page. So they kindly responded and said, yes, we'd be happy to send out some product for you to sample, and that's where we're at. So they sent a nice box of 6 different drinks products that they have, and I'm just going to go through them first as they are, right out of the box, without any refrigeration. We know that pretty much anything, when it's refrigerated, most things taste better, you know. But at room temperature, that's kind of the real test. So I'm going to just start with the milked almonds unsweetened. And as I open this container, you may have seen this before, where there's a metal or a foil film, and as you turn the cap, that will break through that foil film. And so that's what's happening here. And I'm just going to have a sip. Nice, clean, fresh flavor. No sort of added other flavors, but just basic filtered water and almonds. And, you know, one of their little selling points you'll see on their cartons is that, like this one, it says, you know, only 2 ingredients. So most of their products have 2 or 3 ingredients, and folks that are interested in sort of pure raw types of foods will find that attractive. So this next one is the milked oats chocolate. Give that a try. Oh, and this one has 110 calories. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Now I'm going to look at the ingredients here, because I don't really like artificial sweeteners, and this one tastes like it does not have any artificial sweeteners in it. So yeah, cane sugar. That's good. That's a nice chocolatey but not over sweet. I really like that one. Okay, and this one is just cashew milk barista blend, barista approved. Let's give this a try. Oh, that's nice. I'm going to arrange these in the order that I think I like the best. But that cashew milk, that's good. That has a natural sweetness to it, plus some cane sugar. Only 8 grams of carbs, and 3 grams 2 grams of total sugar. Yeah, that's pretty good for those of you who are trying to keep your sugar intake down. So that was cashews, and then here is oat milk. That's nice. Yeah, it's a good oaty flavor. I'm going to shake that up a bit because I know oat milk often has sediments that settle. Yeah, I'd put that probably third. So now we're moving on to milked hazelnuts. 2 ingredients. Give this a try. That one has a little more of a bitter bite to it. Try it again. Yeah, that one's in position 5 right now. I wouldn't say it's horrible, and it does taste like hazelnuts. You know, if you've had nuts, the the outer part of the nut, the skin on it or whatever, can be quite bitter, and so that's what I'm tasting. It's like that skin is included in the drink. This one is cashews again. Oh, unsweetened. Okay, yeah. So the one that I tried before was cashews sweetened. This is unsweetened. I'm going to give it a little bit of a shake. Oh, that's nice, actually. So I would put these in order. This is, of course, very personal preference, but in order of favorite to least favorite would be the milk cashews with sweetener, and then the one that's unsweetened milk cashews, then milked almonds, then the oat milk, and then the oat milk and chocolate, which actually was really good, but I would generally try to avoid having too much sweet chocolatey stuff. And then the hazelnuts, which I'm sure to like purists, they would love that hazelnut flavor. So overall, I would say it's a good product with good flavor and simple ingredients. Seems like a good company behind it, and definitely worth a try. And the other thing I want to mention is there's been a lot of emphasis placed on buying local, and I think that's important. You want to support your local restaurants, your local grocery stores. There's been a lot of business shifting to, Walmart online and Amazon shopping and that type of thing, and it does impact local economies. But at the same time, when you do make choices to buy outside of your local community, that's okay too. There are going to be times when there are companies that are well run, that have a quality product that maybe isn't available through a local supplier. And so that's okay to do. There are stores like Trader Joe's, for example, that gets a lot of their products from other countries, and that's fun. Figs from Turkey and, products from other countries. So it's funny how there's that balance among people who are woke or conscientious about buying local. At the same time, those are the people that would also be wanting to buy from communities halfway around the world because you want to help their economy. And similarly, there are companies like Elmhurst where I would want to reach out and support them just because they seem like they're a well-run company, and that's a good thing to be supporting. And they were established 1925. Well, there you go. So anyway, just from a cursory perusal of their website, they seem like a good company. And the fact that, I guess that would be the other thing I was talking earlier about hurdles. And one of the hurdles is when you contact a company, how responsive are they? Or are they responsive at all? And so I've had some companies that just aren't on top of their social media accounts. They're not responding to inquiries. And so I'm sure people are busy right now, but that's kind of a first flag, red flag for me. If you reach out to a company and they don't have good customer service, then you kind of have to wonder what other corners are they cutting and do they really care as much compared to the companies that are more responsive. So, all right, well, that's maybe more lengthy than it needed to be, but I appreciate you watching, and I want to send a shout out to Elmhurst for being gracious enough to send these products out, and I would encourage others to at least try it out, you know. And I guess that's about it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the likes, the follows, the subscribes, the shares, the comments. Appreciate it all. And I look forward to sharing more with you again soon. Take care.